Let's take a look at that 3D capability. Pull up the 3D camcorder app and we'll just show you the view of the box. It's very old school, the red and cyan view. Can change views though. This shows the two superimposed. Single view uses just the one camera, and then split screen shows the two. You can record 720p 3D video content. It'll work without glasses on a proper 3D HD TV. You can shoot 1080p video when you're in non-3D mode though. You can adjust the depth a bit. You might be able to see the images shifting a bit. Settings, and there's even some explanations on how everything works, which is kind of nice. You can then go into the gallery and put this down here and start playing video. And not too exciting, it's my foot. And let's see if you can get some 3D here action. I'll put the glasses on. Does that look nice in 3D to you? Looks really impressive from here. Truth of the matter is the 3D isn't really that good looking. It's very awkward with these old school retro glasses on, but I have seen it working on a regular 3D HD TV and it works pretty well there. Pull up the Android Market. This application is a real weakness on Android Honeycomb. It's really quite flaky. I haven't had it crash on me yet like it has on the Zoom, but it just doesn't work all that well. It's a little bit confusing, and when you try to install things, the wrong screen seems to pull up. Just odd in general. And I also don't like the fact that I already have USA Today installed and it says free instead of saying that it's already there or something like that. Let's install something new and maybe you can get a feel for what I'm talking about here. Put in Talking Tom. I'll hit download and approve the security requests, and then it starts going through. Now if I go to My Apps, you can see it's working here, showing this download progress and everything. Oftentimes though, what will happen is you'll see a different application in this window while something else is going on up here when you install it. It's just not really consistent. When it works, it seems okay, but it's just hasn't really impressed me so far. These are all tablet specific apps. Not all of them seem to work. Like I tried Stupid Zombies, that was forced crashing the entire time. Pretty small assortment of tablet specific Honeycomb apps so far. One that did work pretty well for me though is Mini Squadron. I actually play this a lot on the Motorola Xoom. This works quite well on tablets. Just quickly play something here. And see how it works here using on-screen controls. Basically a joystick kind of thing here, and then the power button here. Fun game. If you want real fun though, you should try out Need for Speed Shift on G Slate. Really quite cool. I have a tough time showing it to you here. It's really kind of hard to do it for the camera, but works quite well. Brake controls here. You can look behind you. And I'm trying to stay on the green path there. That's the preferred path around the course. Really a cool game. And if I turn up the volume here, you can hear that the audio is quite good as well. Pretty good speakers on the G Slate. Overall, a fun game though. Here's the web browser. Very much like Chrome. We've got a good zoom in controls, double tap, multi-touch, tabbed view. Flash support's not built in, but freely available from the Android market, and there's even a shortcut on the home screen to make it easy. Controls up here in the corner, including incognito mode, just like Chrome on the desktop. Overall, a very good browsing experience. I've been pretty pleased with it. Unlike the Zoom, the browser is yet to crash on me on the G Slate, but I haven't used it nearly as much as I have the Zoom, so you can see the shortcuts, or bookmarks rather, here on the home screen. Easily scroll through them and pull up a new tab. Most sites will detect this as being a mobile device though, and that doesn't really work well for a lot of sites, at least not in the landscape mode. But you can, of course, always pull up the full desktop view. If I go back, pull up this page and then go back into portrait mode, it's a little bit more usable, but still fonts are too small and spread out too far by default. Naturally, the home screen works in portrait mode as well. You have multiple home screen panels that you can customize as you wish. Probably haven't mentioned these yet. Back button, home button, those should be obvious. This is a multitasking button though. You tap this and you can skip between applications. You can see there's Mini Squadron Light running, Need for Speed Shift, the camcorder, the Zinio reader. Everything's easily accessible from inside the multitasking button here. Now you also notice that this button appeared. This is for old apps. Gives you access to additional buttons just like you would see with the menu button on an Android smartphone. Even some of the new tablet-aware applications still use this menu. Not all do though. Quickly walk you through the settings. Let's see. Normal Android settings, about, and everything like that. Cool thing is though, you can access a lot of the things you need right from here. If you just tap on the status bar, then you get quick shortcuts for screen brightness and turning notifications on and off, Wi-Fi, such, and then you can also get to the main settings that way. I'm going to demonstrate a couple things here. I'm going to send a message to Google Talk. You can see a notification come up here, pops up on the screen, and then it will shrink down. You can see we've got a list of the notifications here. Or I can also individually tap on a notice and pull it up right there. There we go. I'm going to mute the sound so we don't run into any problems here. You see the quality is reasonable. I'm going to switch cameras. There you can see the G Slate itself. Not fantastic quality video, of course, but it works on Wi-Fi connections right now, of course. There's a image stabilization mode. You can see it gets a little bit more stable here, and that's what this switch here does. Sometimes it gets a little wonky though. Tap on the screen, get controls. Back to the IM session. And again, you can switch cameras here as well, but I don't want to do that because it's just facing down to the box. Tap on the X to end the call. Let's take a look at the music application. You can see some 3D rendering here with the render script functionality in Honeycomb. You can change your view up here. Only the new and recent view shows that 3D view though. Of course, it plays in the background. You can see the icon right here for it. You can quickly control it that way. Let's take a look at USA Today, not pre-installed, but a good example of what a Honeycomb app can look like. Nice multi-pane view. Scroll up here from story and go from page to page. Really very nicely done. I find myself using this application quite a bit. And of course, tabs across the top for different topics. T-Mobile TV, running on a trial of this right now. Don't really like it. It offers live and on-demand TV programming, but just really haven't been impressed with either the quality or the selection. Free 30-day trial comes with it though. So here we are. Let's go to live TV, we'll choose Fox News. You'll see the feed come up here in a second. Automatically expand to a fuller screen view momentarily. Tap on the screen to get controls. You can scroll through. It doesn't scroll very fluidly though, in spite of the fact that it's a dual core processor. It just really seems overtaxed when it comes to the simple UI features. I do like the camera though. We'll start that up and I'll pick it up here. Hopefully you can see it. Just long press on the button here, and when you release it, it takes the picture. Good interface. This is the same basic interface we saw on the Motorola Zoom. Settings, you have some of your options here. You can change the settings. You can see I'm switching from different focus modes like macro and everything. Auto is fine. Change exposure, 5 megapixels, 3 megapixels, a couple lower. Settings, stuff in a quick restore. Like most on-screen things, whenever there's a pop-up, you can basically tap somewhere else on the screen to make it go away. You can use both cameras. There's the video camera that's recording this right now, and you can quickly switch over to video mode and switch cameras once again and record 1080p footage. You can see it say 1080p right there. Ooh, and it crashed. This is the first application crash I've experienced on this device. Let's see if we can do that again. Go into video mode. And this time it's working. Did not focus though. So there you go, folks. You saw the first crash ever I've seen on the G Slate. Much better in terms of stability than the Motorola Zoom is. Pull up the calendar so you can quickly take a look at it. It's pretty nice. I like the way it works. Populates everything. You can get a little snippet of what's going on each day. These are all test appointments, of course. That's why they're all repeating so much. Week, day views. Doesn't appear to be an agenda view though. Nice settings. You can add things to the home screen. I haven't pointed this out before by long pressing on the main menu, and then you can drag it to the pane you want. I'm going to put it onto this new pane, and then I can tap that there, and you can put multiple down at the same time. And in order to get rid of them, you just long press and drag it to the remove icon, just like you would on an Android smartphone. And one last thing I'm going to try is the voice search. Dairy Queen in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. And we'll see how it does. Dairy Queen in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Quite accurate, and it found the local Dairy Queen. In general, Google's voice search seems to work pretty well. I've had good experiences with it on most Android devices of late. So there you have it. That is my very quick look at the T-Mobile G Slate, also known as the LG Optimus Pad in non-US markets. A very nice Android 3.0 honeycomb tablet. Good 8.9-inch display, really nice build quality and feel, and speedy thanks to a dual-core Tegra 2 processor. So again, that's the T-Mobile G Slate. I'm Michael Orrell from MobileBurn.com.